Shout out to G-Man Boxing. Where's the piss bottle? It's over there.
Alright, on November the 20th, Florian Marku makes his return to the ring. Now, he's fighting on a boxer card, which is on Sky. At the time when this fight was announced, well, I don't think this fight was necessarily announced. I think it was just the fact that Marku would be on it. It was a strange one to me because he had just fought on a Matchroom show that was on the AJ Usyk undercard. And I was like, right, is he a Matchroom fighter? Is he a boxer fighter? Because I didn't think boxer were associated with it. Apparently, he had a deal from Boxer that was going back a couple of years, because I think he did fight on some of them Boxer shows that were the Ultimate. They were called Ultimate Boxer back a couple of years ago. So apparently this is the end of his deal with them, and potentially probably he's going to sign with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom thereafter. And judging by the level of the opponent, you would imagine that this is this is get in, get the fight done, and see you later. That kind of opponent. He's fighting the French guy called Jorick Luisetto, probably butchering the name. 11-2 in an 8-rounder. Not exactly, it's a far cry from the Ryland Charltons and the Maxime Prodans of the world. It has to be said. His 2 losses came on points. One in an 8-rounder to a guy who was 5-2. His last fight was actually quite a close fight to a guy called Jimmy Wally, 4-9. And who was the other guy who beat him? He lost to a fellow Frenchman, Don Yves Michel Taya. That's a mouthful there. Lost to him back in 2018 on points. So, and these are all over reasonably short distance. So you would imagine Florian Marku, some people would say, bit of a mismatch in it, because Marku coming in, on a good reign of form. You could maybe say he's kind of European in and around that. Maybe potentially looking for world title honours in 2022. Could happen. Who knows? The thing I find interesting about this fight, right? Do I think that we're going to see an upset? Hell no. Marku should go in there and steamroll the guy. But Marku's been someone I've been interested in watching, because I see a lot of talent there. I do. But I see someone who still has some ways to go. They do. I remember the Zone commentary was saying about a year ago he was ready for world titles. Now I was like, whoa. No, he ain't. That was a year ago. I was like, no, he ain't. Don't be saying that. That's way too soon. Fast forward to now, I see a lot more improvements out of him, certainly in his last 2 fights. However, when he's been in fights where he's perceived to be the superior, as in he's supposed to dominate, i.e. against that Jamie Stewart guy, that's where he's been lacking. Because against Jamie Stewart, although I felt he won the fight and how they scored it a draw is beyond me, he really had no respect for Jamie Stewart. He really let defense go, he let any technique go, and he just kind of laboured. And to an extent against Charlton, he had a very easy start to that fight, and then he just kind of switched off and got dropped. Now against someone like this, I have to see what way Florian Marku looks. Will he look to go in and just steamroll the guy? If he can't steamroll him early, will he fall into that pattern of just letting the fight go, making mistakes, and maybe not looking so good? And maybe people saying he needs even more work. It's an interesting one. Having the title, world titles in 2022, Marku has been calling for big names. You've Conor Benn, who's going in there now with Chris Algieri. Could we see something similar with Marku in the new year? Could they maybe go down the road of putting him in there with a Chris Algieri, with a Victor Ortiz, someone like that, to build his profile against someone like that? Could that be a bit, maybe copying Conor Benn a bit? Would they go down the road of putting him in there fully in at European level with some fighters? Would Eddie Hearn look and say, do you know what? I might put you in with Evanesian next. Because if you win, that Benn fight is a little bit more intriguing then, because who would you pick? Maybe stylistically, he feels that Marku might suit Evanesian, or Evanesian might suit Marku better than he'd suit Benn. It's an interesting 2022 with Florian Marku. I do think he's got some good skill there. I do think that his speed, his punching power, his boxing ability, it doesn't jump out at you as being remarkable, if that makes sense. But it's a bit kind of like not the same in terms of stylistically. But if you looked at Badu Jack, even on the come up, he never looked remarkable, but everything was just good, really good. Now stylistically, they're not really alike. But it's a comparison, it's an analogy. Whereas you look at someone like a Badu Jack early on in his career, and he was knocked out early on by, what was the guy's name, Derek Edwards or something Edwards, I forget the guy's name, but he was a kind of gatekeeper kind of super middleweight. Was it Derek Edwards or something like that, or something Edwards anyway? And you looked at Jackie, a bit of a poor chin, it kind of does everything good without doing anything great. You could say the same about Marku as well, to an extent. Does everything very good. Doesn't do anything that really jumps out at you like, oh wow, amazing speed, tremendous punching power, unbelievable physical strength. Now it's not any of that, but it's all good. If that makes sense. There's nothing you'd say is bad. The only thing I'd say is he switches off. We don't have to see that. Whoever he signs with for 2022, be interested to see the job they do on him. I'm going to keep on covering this guy's career because there's something about Marku when I watch him in the ring and I watch his style and I watch how he goes through a fight, that I just feel that there's something about him that's making me kind of say there's something there. Can't put my finger on it, but there's something there that I'm impressed with. Felt when I did see the Jamie Stewart fight, I did feel like good, but improvements needed. I've seen them improvements happen now, and now I'm like, let's see where we go with this. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see what happens in 2022 with him. I think it's a question of what round does he stop this guy in, I think, because I can see him going in there and really trying to put a hurting on him. And then if he stays a boxer in 2022, potentially could, but I reckon more so. I think Eddie Hearn at the Zone is a more kind of homely place for Florian Marku. And it'd be interesting as well because with Marku, you're a big ticket seller. And this is a guy who had the York Hall hopping in his fourth fight. Eddie Hearn would be well advised to put, if he's doing any of them next gen shows, maybe you could put Marku in a bigger fight than him against a next gen kind of guy, but do that in the York Hall or do it in somewhere like that. He'd have that place rocking. Mark my words. So it'd be interesting to see. That's my thoughts on that. Let me know yours in the comment section. What do you think of Florian Marku? You think like me 2022 could be a very big year for him, or are you the opposite? You saying, nah G, I don't know what you see, but all I see is a very bang average fighter. Let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed it. If you could, keep this one short. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It really does help the boy out. And the old notification bell. For now, lads and lassies, I'll talk to you. Peace.